Hello, hi, hello, how you doing? You know what? I don't think y'all got the full intro. Let me run that back one more again. All right, that seemed like that was more flavored, more sassy than what I gave you the first time around. Here we are. Django in here early. What's up, bro? What's going on? Um, got a few topics I'm gonna talk about. Um, we're gonna be engaged. I can tell. Hey, Grand Madam, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm glad you are in here today. Every day is a wonderful day. Mr. Ray Smith. Yeah, I got something special. I wanna discuss with brother, in honor of, just to give folks a timeline. Paul Martin, look at y'all. Y'all running in here. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, you been in Twitter now. Okay, that's good. That's good. Everybody saying hi. Hey, hello. How you doing? Um, for people that just like come bursting in, I'm gonna give a visual aid. I will provide visual aids today for the topics we will be discussing, so there will be no confusion about what the topic is. There, said it. Howdy ho. And the Kamoyo Kid is in the building. What up, my G? We in the building. We in the building. We in the building. Grand Madam said, hey, everybody. So everybody say, hey, Grand Madam. Um, Paul Martin said, hello. I assume that's how he meant for it to be said. Um, and Brother Fett was in here first. So yeah. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for showing up to a Thursday live. And I'm going to try to keep it live since it's already Thursday. Uh, that one will sink in a second. Oh, my goodness gracious. Who else is in the building? Nope. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, what they said. Get those likes up. Get those likes up. Get those likes up. Okay, if you want to. If you rock with me, I rocks with you. Okay. All right. Uh, okay, it's close. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Um, and that if you ain't one of these, you need to be one of these. Or all three of them. A commenter, a liker, or four, excuse me, a subscriber, or a sharer. You could be one or you could be all four of them. You know what I'm saying? I welcome all that. I am creeping towards the new lowered monetization mark. I think that will open up a wider universe, more people to reach, more knowledge to spit, more truth to bring. So if that's what we're doing, let's do that. Let's put the wheels on this bitch. Oh, excuse me. Did I say a bad word? I'm sorry. Language, as somebody once told me. Groovy, you in the building. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? I know something happening because all y'all are up in here. Okay, so since all of y'all are up in here, which one do I want to tag first? Which one do I want to rock on first? Okay. Black Panther film group. Okay, a film. Black Panther fan group. Let's talk about that first. Okay, what the fans want to do, what the fans want to see, what we need to do in terms of fans. Now, I asked myself today, what is the most important pursuit? What should be the most important pursuit of the Black Panther fan group? Raising awareness of the character so that they can be more popular. A lot of that is going to come from elevating T'Challa to all day, everyday, common day status. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by all day, everyday, common status? Superman. You know what I'm saying? And to a lesser degree, I would say invincible. And Viltrumites in general, which we will talk about later on this show. What should we be doing to make Omni-Man, not Omni-Man, Omni-Man, to make T'Challa more popular? More popular, not kind of popular, more popular. You get where I'm coming from? More, because he needs more popularity. You see what I'm saying? If we all are rocking with Eve Ewing's run on Black Panther, if we are doing the knowledge and getting understanding about the character, what else is there to do to elevate the popularity? If we buy in the book, if it's not enough buying of the book, then it's not going to be popular. The character T'Challa is not going to be popular. You got to buy the book. I mean, even if you don't like the book, I mean, we bought, some of us bought all 15 issues of the crap run. I want to know what's going on with the character, at the very least. So what are we talking about here? Stuff travels faster as word of mouth. Stuff has always traveled faster as word of mouth. Do we get that stuff travels faster as word of mouth? Do you notice, those of you who are on Twitter, do you notice how fast things trend on Twitter? And I'm not talking about like how it's not trending, but then it is trending. I'm talking about the rate at which it trends. You see what I'm saying? Once something's trending, everybody's talking about it, whether they want to talk about it or not. I noticed some Twitter traffic that was saying that T'Challa was trending. Okay, we don't all have to be as vocal or as consistently vocal, should I say, as say like a Buckmeister. And that's not a bad thing because everybody got different speeds. His speed is full throttle. Some of us is only like on 4 or 3 or even 1, but all of that adds up, you know, trickles into one great big thing. So I see a lot of us, especially those in the chat, are being a little more vocal about the character, but that's what's supposed to happen. Now, the reason I'm bringing that up is because Mr. Ray Smith has been talking about how long he has been wanting to see T'Challa and the Black Panther as a power couple. He was talking about it before they were. Okay. Now I don't want to get misquoted. But Avengers West Coast number 94. That issue was brought up to me via Mr. Ray Smith. Why was that issue brought up to me via Mr. Ray Smith? Mr. Ray Smith talked about how he wanted to have T'Challa and Aurora as a power couple. Question: does anybody know when Avengers West Coast number 94 came out? And to really reference it, he said this in the letters page of Avengers West Coast number 94. That's before the Hudlin run. Hell, that's before the Priest run. So, and just so y'all know, Avengers West Coast number 94 came out in 1993. How long we been asking? Just to give you reference, that's just one thing. One thing. You know what I'm saying? I got a laundry list of stuff. What y'all talking about out here? Who is Buckmeister in here? I see him on Twitter, but I don't know. I would think he's Buckmeister everywhere he goes. Buckmeister Cool, I believe, is who he is here. He is not in here, but you know, I'm using him as an example because the young brother is diligent. He's consistent, and we need that kind of consistency. I mean, you could say what you want to say. He consistent. You can say what you want to say. He consistent. And as long as that consistency does not become a negative, I say let that man draw, shout, scream, holler, do whatever he want to do. Long as that's the kind of, you know what I'm saying? That's the kind of vocal stuff you need going on. Yeah. March 1993 is how long Mr. Ray Smith been waiting to get some love on some of the things. See, that's what I'm saying, man. Y'all, we don't even know. You know, and that was during a time when they had just blacklisted T'Challa. You couldn't find him nowhere but just, oh, here he is, giving some vibranium to Captain America. Oh, here he is running around in the Savage Land with Kazar. Oh, here he is getting into a fight with Daredevil. Yeah. One and done. A Marvel team-up appearance. Not even a two-parter. You know what I mean? So it's like, or it's a two-parter and he's the part two. Or he's the part one and then somebody else take over for part two. Never giving any kind of focus to T'Challa as a character, Wakanda, its backstory, all of that. This is history. This is facts that we're talking about here. Because and the man Ray Smith, the man Ray Smith himself is in the chat. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to ask him, ask him. This ain't nothing new. They've been giving T'Challa the shaft for a while now. You know what I mean? Just giving us a respectable representation, giving us a black power couple. This is stuff we've been belly aching and grumbling about decades before they even caught on and said, hey, comes in cycles, y'all. Y'all just have to look for the cycles. Any predictions for new Black Panther runs, please? Predictions. I hate to be predicting when I'm not 100. You know what I mean? Sure. So my thing is, Ultimate Black Panther will go at least 15 issues. If they hold true T'Challa tradition, it will go at least 15 issues. So my question is, will there be any kind of development? Will there be any lasting development in that? Will there be any lasting development in the Ultimate Universe? My prediction as far as Eve Ewing and the current run on the 616 universe, Black Panther, continue to support it. Because I'm sure she's got ideas. Continue to support it. And I am sure Professor Ewing will make it happen. Is that, I hope that makes enough sense for you, sure. Indeed, respect. You was a sophomore in college in 93. I think I just got out the military. Yeah, and that Avengers West Coast is one with I think it's Tony Stark in the War Machine armor. Some people might call the Buckmeister annoying as fuck. Who's some people, Ashura? I don't deal in that they shit. Don't they said or they, because people saying stuff right now. People saying stuff about you, sure. So I'm just don't deal in that, bro. Don't deal in that they shit. I mean, if you poking fun, that's cool, but just be mindful that you never know. Motherfuckers be slick around here. So don't say, and this is my rule on the streets, social media, anywhere. Don't say nothing behind nobody's back that you ain't willing to say to their face. I have been on a black couple from the OG himself. Oh, excuse me. Why don't y'all go have a conversation? Why you? I'ma stop. I'ma stop. I'm not even putting. Okay. At whoever might help that night happen again. Sure. Just saying. Well, there isn't enough black female superheroes having as much exposure. It's actually crazy. Go on Google and look at the Marvel list. It's almost always the same. Yeah, because okay. Now here's my question, Django. Do we want a new black female character and that's something you can get behind, or is it just these archetypes don't work anymore? Because archetypes not working anymore is something I'm going to discuss a little bit later in the show. But right now, is it because they don't work? I mean, Monica Rambeau has been around since 82. She hasn't gotten the kind of exposure she deserves yet. She has not gotten an ongoing series yet. Storm. She has not gotten an ongoing series yet. How many female characters can you name with ongoing series? That have gotten past 15 issues, 25 issues if we talking, if we really trying to be slick. Exactly. T'Challa was looked at as a background character. We got a lot of ground to make up with T'Challa if we're going to elevate him to Batman status, if that's even possible. Aurora T'Challa is an example of writers not paying attention to each other. It's actually written pretty toxic when you actually follow its journey. Marvel needs to rectify that ASAP. Oh, trust me, Django. Marvel and DC are the home of the retcon, the rehash, the whatever you want to call it. I'm pretty sure some kind of revisionist action will be coming if they even bother to address it. Yeah, I remember Marvel Fanfare Black Panther appearances and Marvel. Well, yeah, Marvel Presents. That's where Panther's Quest took place. Ultimate Slap Panther. They already took his vocal cords. Is it that same T'Challa? Because as you recall, if you read Ultimate Invasion, everything is not coming back the exact same way it was in the 1610 universe, Ashura. Case in point, by Ultimate Spider-Man #1 coming out, and you will see an entirely different Spider-Man than what you used to see in Ultimate Spider-Man. So it would not shock me one bit if this T'Challa has never had his vocal cord severed. Yes, we have to keep the pressure on. We do have to keep the pressure on. And y'all got to understand something. Pressure does not mean haggling, heckling, or allowing yourself to be haggled or heckled. These mugs out here talking this stuff ain't the ones you got to convince. Oh, that was beautiful. Let me drop that jewel again. These people out here detracting, talking crap, and regurgitating old information are not the people we need to be embracing, that we need to be making ourselves known to, that we need to be dropping this information to. Hit up Marvel like you hit up Twitter. What? I did I say something crazy? Did I say, or was that a fucking jewel? Okay, if we put the energy into fucking with Marvel like we fuck around with all of these ignorant knuckleheads that don't know Jack, stop putting your energy into them people. Put your energy into fucking with CB Cebulski. Put your energy into messing with Will Moss and all of these other folks. Put your energy into talking to them like we, waste energy talking on X all day to people who ain't doing nothing to advance the character. Just a thought. Just a thought. Was pairing T'Challa and Storm akin to white co-workers, friends, acquaintances trying to fix up black couples they know? Well, as far back as the Chris Claremont, John Byrne years, reference was made to T'Challa and Aurora meeting as children, teenagers, depending on what version you read. So, nah, I don't think it was. I think it was two people that, because of their nature, everybody said they would go great together. Even if they didn't go great together, they look good together. Oh, she's from Kenya, he's from Wakanda. Girl, we need to put them together. And a funny thing happened. It kind of worked. You was 2 years old in '93. Damn, Groovy. Is you making a Thiz face in that picture, dude? Is that a Thiz face? I'm a little bit older than you, D. Steezel. And welcome. Hey, Assure. He a real one. Okay? Regardless of who think some shit. You know what I'm saying? People think stuff all the time. Going on the MCU stands over Black Panther, man. It ain't just stands, sure. It's shields and ignorant mugs. I saw one today. Somebody said recast the T'Challa people. And then they put a picture of T'Child. Like, that's the recast. See, no, that ain't the recast. That's the wool over your eyes. Because I got an interesting question to ask y'all later, and I'm curious to see who is going to answer how. I know why they ain't getting no exposure, because a little bit of black love go a long way, and they don't want to see that. Hey, Keita, how you doing, babe? They're cheating off of Storm. X-Men Red is technically her book. Like I said, whether by hook or crook, whatever it is, you ain't gonna see Storm number 50. Not yet, but it's coming. Black female heroes don't get exposure at all. Wouldn't it be nice to have a black female comic written by a team of creative sisters? It would be dope. You know where they are, Kamoya? On the independent side, because they got effing tired of waiting on Marvel. They got effing tired of waiting on DC and even to a lesser degree Image, and went and did it themselves. That part. Won't be talking about that tonight, Raheem. You know why? Because that shit's become too sensationalist for me. You know, to the point where I'm just like, okay, I'm done. Anything at this point is just icing on the cake. I feel like, as far as him. Marvel Fanfare 2024 will have a story there. That's what I meant to say. I thought it was Marvel Voices, Mr. Smith, of them being together in the future. Because there isn't a Marvel Fanfare, is there? Y'all still talking about how old y'all was in 1993? Man, stop. Oh, I care how old y'all was in 1990. Y'all was that old in 1993? Bruh. There's a whole bunch of things I can show y'all. The colonizers and fetishers don't want to see T'Challa and Aurora. I agree with that to some extent. I'm gonna be honest. If T'Challa can be with anyone, once he is not in a toxic relationship, if not, he can be by himself. But his ambitions and goals need to be known and be the focus of his stories. T'Challa can be with anyone. Okay, right. I got what you mean. Random casuals chime in on everything, looking foolish. I agree. Wow, y'all are talking. Okay, black love inspires stable relationships involving us freaks them out. I sent my email to Marvel about T'Challa and Aurora getting back together. I got some great news today. My Home Alone face. Don't play with me, Gray. Don't play with me. Don't play with my emotions. Need to check on my emails to see if I got some feedback. Me too, because they ain't gave me no feedback yet. Only 2 MCU black female superheroes. Only one is a superhero in comics. I see what you did there. Okay, I think I was tripping. Okay, because I'm like, man, Marvel fanfare's back. Okay. Okay. Yeah. You were you were just getting in middle school when I was getting out of high school. uh, uh, uh. Okay, about that, Django. Ain't people changing stuff? Ain't people making stuff just a wee bit different? Ain't Brian Hill getting ready to do some, well, even not even Ultimate Black Panther, Unconquered. Didn't some things change up a little bit? Didn't some things change up in you know who's run? And aren't some things changing on the current run? So I mean, a tweak or a freak, with the future. As long as they keep the concept of Wakanda got tired of everybody's bullshit and conquered the whole earth, I'm with that. Okay, long as they keep that, they can tweak and freak. He can have however many few or as much grandchildren as they want him to have, and he can tell that story with him and Storm. I'm with that. That's fine. But the question I've been asking about that, Django, will it be canon? Or is it just going to be one of them stories like, oh, this is how we imagine? Or are they going to preface it with, in an alternate future, some shit like that? You know what I mean? So if it is supposed to be like that, I would very much like them to clarify without any ambiguity whether or not it is canon. Because if it's canon, then the pressure goes, when we gonna get that story when they got back together? When we gonna get that story when they remarried and had all these damn kids and grandkids? Paint yourself into a corner if you say it's canon. So let's hope that they say it's canon. Ryan Coogler signed on to direct Eyes of Wakanda. Get ready. They didn't text me back. I just saw the Marvel Voices announcement with T'Challa and his white-haired grandkids. I want to know if it's canon, Gray. Make it canon. Then that way, it ain't a matter of if, but when they get back together. Yeah, that was because they oversaturated the market with superheroes with pouches. Brother Theo, welcome to the dance. We only 30 minutes in, and I'm only on the first damn topic that I have engaged them tonight. Goodness gracious, they have fire in their loins tonight. Yeah, somebody gonna make a fire emoji. Okay. I think it's canon. They have present heroes in the background along with their history as well. Okay. Then January is the time to stand up and go, win, 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 win. When we gonna get a story? When we gonna get a story with Aurora and T'Challa getting back together? When we gonna get that story? When we gonna get that story? How'd they get back together? When they getting back together? What was the circumstance they got back together? When we gonna get all them stories about that? Bomber! Bomber! Matter of fact, bomber! 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 when that comic book drops in January, you make sure, excuse me, you bomb them, put all your emails in there, hit them, get them, and yep, get them. You know what I'm saying? We got, yeah, that's how you do that. That's how you do that there. You make it happen. You make it happen. I think the issue is for us to flood the comic shops and buy the books. Then they will see how serious we are about it. That part. That part right there. We pick up the book, they go, oh, they ain't playing. They dead ass about they Black Panther T'Challa. Even just as important as T'Challa being married and siring heirs, I think he should have apprentices to teach. Shuri, Casper, and Gentle immediately come to mind. They need tie the sides to the mane. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? You explain it. Explain it. Craig from NASA, days are numbered. Hey, once you done have Wakandan, you gonna need some more bombing. Oh, okay, here they come. Say the old saying is money talks, BS walks. Hey, there's another saying, but I'm gonna leave that one. I'm gonna leave that one where it's supposed to be, y'all. I'm gonna leave that one. Look here, y'all. We need to move on. We've been on one topic. We got to get off this one topic, family. We got let's get in here and get on something else. So I said there was going to be visual aids. And that's what does it. Visual aids is what make things happen around here. And I'm gonna do a nice little smooth segue. Y'all ready? The nice little smooth segue gonna go 1, 2, 3, boom. Right there. Or if you prefer, or if you prefer, we could go doop 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 doop. Okay, that covers my face up, but that's okay. This here, what we getting ready to talk about. Specifically, I guess we can go ahead and get to that issue 3 situation. We gonna talk about it because apparently that's all anybody has really been concerned about here recently. So here we are. Let's talk about it. Come on. Bleed it out. Spit it out, man. Spit it out. What is it you need to discuss about Ultimate Black Panther? 1, 2, or 3? What's on your mind? Yeah. Is it that Eric Killmonger and Storm relationship? Is that what got a lot of people go? Is that what everybody's mad and ready to grab their vibranium and go to war over? Is that what we bitching about? Okay. I got 4 numbers for you. 6160. Or was that 3 numbers? 6160. Whole nother universe. Now, I think it was Ashura that said something to me in a comment that the Ultimate Universe is the MCU. I gotta disagree with that. Number one, this universe has a Black Panther. So that's already ruled out. Number two, this universe don't have superheroes. It has superhero gaslighters. I guess is the best way to. I orchestrate what the problem is, and then I go and solve the problem, and so it makes me look cool. That's not superhero. T'Challa's fighting against that. Tony Stark and Reed Richards are fighting against that. That's an entirely different dynamic than a Negro with no vocal cords who also happens to be a mute, even though they share similarities. Once his vocal cords are intact, I'm happy about that. But they need to do something with that helmet, man. Man, I noticed I pulled up, asked for smoke all day, and didn't get it. Besides the mouth, I dig that design. See, Django? Different strokes for different folks. Man, I still think it looks like Wildstorm T'Challa. Don't let Rob Liefeld anywhere near that shit. I seen he did a cover not too long ago. I think it was Avengers number 50, a variant. That fool still can't draw. It's just less terrible. Okay. Why is his mouth open if he can't talk? Who said he can't talk, Gray? Like I just explained to Assure, or whoever I was just explaining it to. 6160 ain't necessarily going to go down the same way as the 1610. So it's already drastically different. So get ready for that. Eric and Storm doesn't faze me. I'm more intrigued to see how T'Challa either kicks their ass or makes them a part of his side character roster. Okay. Unpopular opinion. Django, I think T'Challa's going to take them in, and their end game will be to ultimately betray and usurp because they don't like the way T'Challa's doing things. Storm's going to have recriminations, and she's going to reject Eric, and eventually her and T'Challa are going to get together, and that's going to be more reason for Killmonger to be pissed at T'Challa because, let's be honest, in real life, ain't it always about a woman? It's weird. It's weird like Snake Eyes open mouth in The Rise of Cobra. I don't think it was an open mouth so much as it was like a nose and a mouth print. That, what Theo said. That part, y'all. That part. I'm sorry. That part. No, not that. What's wrong with my fingers? That part. Whole new. Stop judging it like it's the 1610. Just, this is a whole brand new universe for you to dig off into with love. Go enjoy it. Go enjoy it. Go enjoy it. That part. Moon Knight is Ra and Khonshu. Organization, not just a person. You know what I'm saying? Sunfire Viper and the Silver Samurai run the entire Asian continent. Ilyana and Pyotr Rasputin and Omega Red are a whole squad. bruh, it's different. It is 100% different. You know, I mean, and again, who writing this story? Has he disappointed yet? Have y'all been disappointed with any Brian Hill stuff y'all read? I haven't, not so far. So let the man let the man do what he do. Let him make them grits, baby. Let them collard greens simmer for a couple hours and see what they taste like when they come out, bruh. Blob in the 1610 was eating people. Fucking cannibal. Yeah, stuff different, man. And I like that because I get to see a different rendition of a character. And I'm not stuck with that rendition of that character. You see what I'm saying? I can roll on out up off of that and go back to the real. You know what I'm saying? I can see Thor over here in the Ultimate Universe as a traitor and a criminal, or at least that's how the Asgardians see him currently. And then when I get tired of seeing angry, crazy, more like the mythological Thor, I could go back and go to the 616 and see the more mainstream, super heroic version of Thor. So I get, I mean, quiet as kept, I was digging 1610 till they just start murdering off everybody. I mean, a kill here and there, but they got too damn kill happy. You know what I mean? And then at one point it was just like, oh, the universe is ended. Let's just kill every damn body. You know what I'm saying? And man, smoke cleared. A lot of mothers was dead. A lot of mothers was dead in 1610. So that right there, what I said. Yeah, Brian is. I'm up on it, Theo. I'm up on it, bro. I'm right there with you, issue for issue. He also interacts with the fans, so I think he's got an idea as to what. Telling you, man, give it. I give everybody, and y'all already heard me say a bunch. I give everybody 5 or 6 issues before I start like side eyeing. You know what I mean? And so far, I ain't had to do that with Brian Hill. So I'm gonna give him a chance to until he start messing up. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, he don't never mess up. But I would trust me. I sometimes get started explaining the different universes to folks. I say it is not the same. Then their eyes glaze over. Well, hopefully, all of this multi-universal shit that done just become popping up on the screen all the time, thanks to Marvel and DC, maybe that will be a little more common, which I think is a bad thing. But it is what it is. Captain America was an asshole at times, and Tony was a bigger asshole than the 616. That part. See, I called it the murder verse. What good is a healing factor against the cannibal? Because it ain't gonna be none of you left. So, yeah, and I guess as far as that topic is concerned, let's give my man a chance to do what he do on Ultimate Black Panther before we start drawing conclusions. I mean, the action might be slow, but I doubt it because everything in Ultimate Universe he is getting ready to jump off. I think it starts off and he battling with Moon Knight. You know, so yeah, let the grits cook. Let the grits cook. You know what I'm saying? You know, they got enough butter in them. You know what I mean? Just let them cook, man. He gonna do something. Yes, I remember that. I remember that. I remember that. Okay? No, he is not. No, he is not. That right there. The definition of irony. Comic book fans getting all the T'Challa they want in the comics while MCU stands get the fake Wakanda. Okay. I was going to save this question for later on in the show. But Theo has made me ask it now. Okay. Comic books or comic book based movies? Which one will die out first and why? Because, see, here's the thing. I don't think stands and folks that attach themselves to this movie universe to the point where they're calling it canon or mainstream understand that. Ooh, time out. Y'all are saying some interesting things. Okay. The movies, because it's happened before, is what one expert says. Another expert says, well, Groovy's expert enough. Groovy said comic book movies and terrible writing and casting. Comic book movies and terrible writing and casting will die out first. The OG says movies will die first because they don't respect the source material. Amen and hallelujah, sir. I agree. Comic book movies, trends. Again, Gray brings up a very interesting point. As much as we would like comic book movies to make it last forever and ever, it's not gonna. So, all these people that's sucking on these movie titties and trying to tell you to get over it, lay down, sit down, shut up, that's gonna be dead in a few years. I personally, and this is just me, and you can say what you want to say, I would like very much for it to be sooner than later. Because that's a couple thousand people we ain't got to hear no bullshit from anymore. Or a couple million people we ain't got to hear no bullshit from no more. Because when they take them movies away, you are not going to hear a thing from all these vocal ass people who swear up and down and sideways comic book movies are finna be the new Bible of superheroes. That ain't the biggest crock of shit I ever heard in my life. A movie getting ready to take over a industry that, well, they ain't finna supersede them. Bottom line is what that boils down to. We still got books and people reading off of pads now. Barnes and Nobles ain't went out of business, at least not in my town. But I live in Anchorage, Alaska, so that's not saying much. They still got libraries there. Movies, casuals have the mental retention of a gnat. That part. The reason for the death is terrible writing and casting. Comic book based movies will die out first because they have disappointed too many hardcore fans. Hand draw written stories have been around centuries longer than celluloid. That's why they're trying to shame fans into going to see whatever. Ding, 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 ding. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the trick. I'm trying to sell you some shit you don't need. I'm trying to create a market for some stuff that I want, not that I need to be putting out there. Bingo. You are absolutely right. As long as the shields and casuals go out there, Theo, and keep putting out money, they're going to keep making that bullshit. So, again, that's why we got to move like a unit. That's why we got to move like we organize. That's why we got to move like we got a purpose. They pockets is the only place we can hurt them if they refuse to listen to us. Hit them mugs in their pocket. Hit them hard in their pocket. You know what I'm saying? And if you really want to be an asshole about it, watch that shit for free and then tell them about it. Look how many animes have come and gone with the manga still there. Manga still there. Okay. Because it's a solid fan base. It's a solid fan base. That part, Gray. And you know what? Half the time, they uneducated, ignorant behinds like it. There are some manga that have went on to have 10 to 20 arcs longer than their animes ever did. Several of these films don't hold up. Comics always do. Black Panther is a mantle. Wakanda is more important than the main. Bruh, and on and on and on and on and on with stuff like that. But because we don't take the time to be discerning, well, I ain't gonna say we, but the less informed don't take the time to be discerning. Because when you go into a movie, you know, that movie. Let's just go say a movie. And if we got all that, you know, again, I keep saying, if Marvel Studios and Disney have a plethora of that crap, and then now you ain't gotta leave your house to watch that shit. Just get you some Disney Plus. You watch Marvel shit all day. Honestly, Disney needs to give up Marvel. Marvel Studios needs to be independent of Disney. Because Disney is trying to Disneyfy it, or, well, I'm sorry, have Disneyfied it. And now what made it appealing is no longer there. At least in my opinion. What made MCU movies appealing is dead. So why bother bothering? Yeah, I know. Now, in boxing, they got a punch called a liver punch. If you ain't ready or your guard gets penetrated, you going down. Right about in there. Right about in there. Mug, cock it. That fist is solid. You done made a solid fist, and and the wrist is lined up just right. And you take that joker and you that's what you need to do to anti-recasters. That's what you need to do to these people on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, talking that stupid shit. One punch. Pick it, strike, and be done. There's nothing more done. But you said, but I just said, but you said, but I said, leave that to Buckmeister. That's his stock and trade. I mean, we can come in on assist every now and then, over the top and help blood out. But for the most part, let him bicker. You know what I'm saying? He got time. He in a whole different time zone. You know what I'm saying? He in a whole different area. He can wake up early in the morning and crush last night's shit. You know what I mean? Because they're ahead of us. So one and done, man. One good shot, man. One good shot. And that's all it takes with them, because they don't have any knowledge. They regurgitating shit they heard. And then the other night, I seen some chick, she was Googling. This heifer was Googling and was putting pictures of the shit she Googled in X. And I'm like, does she not know that we know she's Googling shit? Hey, straight up, man. I dips those one-hitter quitters on them. Baby, as Monique say, baby. Boy, let me tell you, one-hitter quitters all it takes sometimes. You know what I mean? And that's what it means is the content of your response has got to be enough to 100% completely paralyze. Like curare. You know what curare is? Have you ever seen curare? Well, it's a fanciful kind of version of it, but in the movie The Rundown, that fruit that him and Sean William Scott was eating, that's what South American folk use to make curare, and they dip darts in it and do that, and that's how they catch their animals. They ain't, blah, being all, shotgun, blowing them all in their head and back and heart and all that. It just, but anyway, it's the curare thing. Paralyzed, can't move. That's how you got to hit them. Hit them so they can't move. Curare they ass. You know what I mean? Hit them so they can't come back with no more dumb shit. And if they do come back with dumb shit, it will be recognized as such. And most of the time, if we stay, we keep our synergy together there. Honestly, my ultimate goal, pay no attention to them all at all. We got a Black Panther we got a Black Panther fan group page on X. Keep that circle small. Jail where you dwell. See what I mean? Vibe with your tribe. They ain't got to be a part of it. We moving towards what we need to move towards, not towards them. We moving towards our goals. We moving towards what we trying to do, not them. So don't let them dictate what we do. Argue and bicker with their ass, waste the energy. Hit them with a pain bomb and keep it moving. That's what I suggest. I mean, y'all can get in and back and forth with them. But I ask you a question. How often do you see me? Do you see Be Real with D Real in back and forth with these fools? You might see me say one or two things. Ain't nothing else to say. Why I got to be going back? Well, you said this. Well, I said, but guess what? It is. No, it's not. You doing all that shit. Why? If you got an IQ of 120, are you going to be sitting around having a serious argument with somebody who got an IQ of 65? Think about it. In order to argue with me, you have to first present an argument. In order to debate with me, you have to bring up debate-worthy information. You bringing up shit I've been hearing for the past 3 years. I'm tired of replying to the same stupid-ass arguments over and over and over and over. Feel like I'm in a damn wash machine cycle. Stop. Let that shit go. Let it go. Let it go. Nah, just talking about the debilitating effects of it. that too. I had to grill out free food, all the sides. No one wanted. Hey, I noticed that last one. My man just dropped off the earth when I was like soft target, disengage. He went off there. He's a soft target, disengaged. What they talking about? Ooh, I bet, you know, man. And then he looked around. He thought he was the lion. Turned out he was the antelope in a room full of lions. Oh shit! These niggas are serious. Excuse me, I said the N word. I forgive me. But that's how that was the dynamic, and that's a good thing to stand together as a unit and let them know, you know, just like with the Avengers, you mess with one Avenger, you mess with all of us. But it don't take a bunch of back and forth to dispense with the looky-loos. Still pain bombs, still liver punches, still. You get who you know can take 10 liver punches? Nobody. They gonna sit down. Keep asking them to back their statements with facts they know, not shit they Googled. I was hashtagging recast T'Challa and note takers. Yeah, because they used to messing with Buckmeister, Theo. Or the ones that don't fool with you no more. They done got a can opened up on them. Or they saw a can opened up on somebody else and didn't want no more. That part. You got to have, I must first see you as an equal before I deem to even fool with you. I can't tell you how many people I ain't fooled with because they showed they was nowhere near my equal. So, yeah. And keeps the stress levels down. Cause Buck a lot more vocal. He way more. He drawing cartoons and celebrating and having a good ass time, and they don't like that. Say less, Kamoya. Say less. We do got building to do, and yes, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. That makes my heart happy. Yeah, reply to the because they just out there trying to intimidate, nothing else. Because if they truly knew, they wouldn't mess with the man. Speaking spell, speaking spell arguments. I like that. I like that. Okay. And they don't even understand they getting their ass whooped. Come on, y'all. They don't even understand it. I was like, damn, where's everyone? I used the hashtags as bait. Maybe they're ecstatic about Eyes of Wakanda, so they over in they circle celebrating. But that's what we want. We want them over there in they circle celebrating that temporary bullshit, so we can move on and do what we need to do. Why do I remember that sound? That's nuts. Okay, look here. I've been holding off. Let's get to it. Let's get this out of the way. Let's get this out of the way. Let's get this out of the way. Okay? Now understand what I'm saying when I say what I'm saying. First, I already know the S is backwards. So don't go there. What I'm trying to settle for once and for all is not necessarily who would beat the other in a fight. What I'm trying to settle is Superman still the be all, end all, always has been, always will be gold standard when we say superhero? Or in the advent of the Invincible TV show, has Omni-Man and Viltrumite in general gotten so popular that people think it's time for a changing of the guard as far as what the be all, end all superhero should be. Because see, where Superman is not, at least not in Earth Prime, he's not bloodthirsty. He's not willing to use his strength to just cut loose and murder people. Okay? And here's the thing. Why is there even a conversation about, to me, Superman should be left alone? Because Superman has the singular distinction. And I'm willing to say it. Superman has the singular distinction of being that cat, the GOAT, period. Not just because he was there first, but because he's had time to become the GOAT. If Viltrumites are around 80 years from now, who knows? But right now, is it new generation? We need some new blood. We need somebody that's going to take the mantle. We need somebody who's going to be what this generation needs them to be, and that ain't necessarily truth, justice, and the American way. You feel me? So how is that supposed to go down? Are we really saying Viltrumites in general are a better stock than Kryptonians? Is that what we saying? Because by and large, what I see that makes them more appealing than Saiyans or Kryptonians, as far as a race of beings that are just them cats. They both, I mean, Saiyans are bloodthirsty, but they bloodthirsty in a different way. You know what I mean? I'll disintegrate you. But as far as grabbing you and tearing your head off or chopping you in half or sticking my hand through your torso, Saiyans ain't doing that. Kryptonite, Kryptonians, we never got that energy or that vibe from them because Kryptonians have never, well, recently or by and large, Kryptonians have never been conquerors per se. Maybe in the Man of Steel and certain factions that follow Zod or, well, who is it, Hell, or, are those kind of people for the most part. We saying, we've seen a Kryptonian god. Have we seen a Viltrumite god? And we've kind of seen a Saiyan god. Wink, wink. But this ain't about Saiyans. It's Viltrumites, Kryptonians. What's that? Are we? And I guess my focus is: are we seeing the changing of the guard? Is that what we're seeing? Or is it time to say Viltrumites are better than Kryptonians? Omni-Man will put out the green stuff in a heartbeat in Superman. I will pull out the green stuff. If he's aware of it, okay? And that's what I'm saying. If Omni-Man is aware of Superman's weaknesses, okay. But if you watch my video about it, if we're saying Viltrumites are better than Kryptonians, I'm going to need to see a Viltrumite do this. And yeah, I had this in my video, but I just thought I would break it back out for y'all to see. And it's like, okay, Nolan got a feat that matches that. Nolan got a feat that comes close to matching that. Mark, Thrag, anybody got a feat that come close to matching that? Because as I said, if you're going to challenge Superman or we're going to create any kind of scenario, Omni-Man versus Superman, Superman has got to be a composite version in order for Omni-Man or Omni-Man fans to be able to truly say Omni-Man can kick Superman's ass. You're going to have to be able to beat Golden Age Superman. You're going to have to be able to beat Kingdom Come Superman. You have to be able to beat that cat. If you can beat him, then I'll make you the new GOAT. But as ridiculous as Superman's powers have been in the past, Superman is still Superman, still Superman, still Superman. And you can't change that. And they done added more power, as if that was even possible to Superman's set. And I think it was largely to say, okay, sit down, Goku. You are not the GOAT. He's got a power similar to instant transmission. You could teleport his ass all the way across the universe and he'll come back in a few seconds. What y'all out here talking about? Superman is Star Trek. Omni-Man is Star Wars. Superman is the cerebral man superhero, and Omni-Man is the lover of visceras superhero. Viltrumites are more realistic. That ain't the debate. The debate is not who is more realistic. Is it time to push Kal-El aside and acknowledge Nolan as that cat? No, they're not better than Kryptonians. Nope. Pre-crisis soups. And that's all I'm saying, man. Give me something that Omni-Man can do or to match Golden Age Superman or Kingdom Come Superman. If you so super. Or if you so Omni, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Which universe are they fighting in? The physics of that universe matters. Okay. Put them on equal ground. Put them on equal ground. Give them all their advantages and weaknesses. Omni-Man's advantages do not trump Superman's. They don't. That part. Homelander don't got nobody who can step to him and be like, here, get these hands. Django, they out here. Man, do you see how many damn views I get on that last not this last, but the one before, the last 2 Viltrumite videos I did? I did a video about what if Kal-El landed on Viltrum instead of Earth, and then this last one I did about, Wakanda and Viltrumite. Man, it was like 5, a lot for me, a lot, way more than I normally get. Because the Viltrumite folks was kicking in, making mad, crazy noise. That's all I'm saying. Is that where we at? Where we just like, oh, because this nigga he be pulling out guts and shit. That's what I want to see. I like that guy. He's way cooler than Superman. Ain't concerned about that. You know what I'm saying? The worst thing Omni-Man can do is go to Metropolis and kill people. That's the worst thing he can do. Yeah. Yeah. So basically what we're saying is, in order for Omni-Man to even fight Superman, we got to give him the most watered down version of Superman there is. To even the playing field. You see what I'm saying? Just by virtue of that, you are saying Superman is superior to Omni-Man. So I don't understand what all of this back and forth about Omni-Man and Superman is. And maybe it's just for clicks and likes. Because people doing videos and they're dedicating animation to it. You know what I'm saying? And we seeing that. So I guess that's what they think. Omni-Man not even beating Battle Beast, and Battle Beast can't even fly. He ain't beating Supes. No character in Invincible has the same feats or air of invincibility as Supes. You do not see General Zod putting his hand through Kal-El's torso on a regular basis. Hell, you don't see General Zod putting his torso through many Kryptonians at all. You know why? Because they come from stronger stock. Hardier stock. Ragnar's aren't damaging Superman, but they're cutting Omni-Man into oblivion. Omni-Man out here dying because the volume and frequency too high. You know what somebody told me in the debate, Django? Or in my comments? The frequency that irritates Viltrumites is not common knowledge. It don't have to be. Then, if I really want to get super corny about it, Superman has hyperintelligence. That's one of his powers. There's too much going on. These Omni fans need to sit down somewhere. Silver Surfer should be able to be Omni-Man, but he's too damn nice, not vicious enough. Bruh, I got Thor taking Omni-Man. If Thor's allowed to flex and go full out, Omni-Man don't want that smoke. But again, somebody said it. That's what I think it is. That's just me. He's the new hotness, so everybody like, hey, I'll be there, you know. And I like him; it's cool enough. But to me, I think somebody said it earlier in the chat. He's just another super archetype. To me, he Hyperion, Gladiator, Sentry, Supreme, Omni-Man, Homelander, on and on and on and on. He's just another one of them guys. It's the same thing to me with this mantle shit. If there were no Superman, you wouldn't have Homelander, Omni-Man, Gladiator, Hyperion, all that. Marinate on that for a little while. But you saying there's one of these also rans that's superior to the archetype from which he is made. Oh, is that to the sign? Finding the frequency? He can do that. He can do that. He can call it. He can ask Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor don't like aliens anyway. Lex Luthor probably be like, I already have one alien on this planet that I hate. I don't need two. That part right there, D. Diesel. King Thor crushes that ass. Sentry, Gladiator, Blue Marvel, and Hyperion are beating Omni-Man. Even the Wakandans are taking the Viltrumites. They literally use vibration and frequency as weapons. And that's what I said in my video, Django. And that's when my man was like, but they don't know the frequency. Sound weapons all over the damn place. It's just a matter of time before one of them goes off at the right frequency and you see Omni-Man go, you don't think T'Challa's going to see that? You don't think Shuri's gonna see that? Brother, look. He felt pain at 150,000 decibels. Hit him again. Done. I wonder if it will work for all Viltrumites. Put it on a big gun and shoot it out in space at their ass. Stop. But because you're a fan, your fanziness will not allow you to see some shit like that. Oh, he's crushing them. He's stopping the whole earth. He stopped. Not in the MCU. He ain't doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? So lighten up, guys. Lighten up. Not y'all, just them. They need to read the source material. And they cannot survive a dip in the sun. Know who can survive a dip in the sun? That guy right there. He takes dips in the sun all the time. So what are we saying here? Oh, but if you, but if, but if they survive, they're a little more resilient to that attack. Okay, but if you get beat up, you get beat up. That's all we're saying here. Let Lance, Travis, and Conrad have their little psycho soups pastiche. Thor can also obliterate planets. This is my point. I do not know why everybody is on Viltrumite titties like they. I mean, they cool, but a few Eternals might be able to take Omni-Man. Maybe. but I know there are tons of people in MCU as well. I'm not MCU, excuse me. Not MCU. In the 616 that could take Omni-Man as well as a few DC characters. It is just you don't want to see your favorite character getting that work. That's all that is. I get it. We be like that with T'Challa. But if it's somebody that can give T'Challa work, I'm not finna pretend and make up scenarios and start raising the goalposts to make T'Challa look better. The only character I see standing a chance is Thrag. He built different. I don't even think he gonna be slowed down by the frequency and vibrations. But I'd have to really low. All I'm saying is Superman that had 85 plus years, you know what I'm saying, of history. What all has he done in 85 years? Man, can Omni-Man or Thrag press 200 quintillion tons? Know who can press 200 quintillion tons? Do you want to take a guess? Do you have the slightest idea who can press 200 quintillion tons? Do I need to put a picture up for you? Do I need? Okay. That dude can press 200 quintillion tons. 200 quintillion. And here's a picture of him doing it. The shit's breaking. They trying to press his strength to the max. He's breaking that shit. Omni-Man got a 200 quintillion ton feat. I'd like to see it. The 4 DC bricks that would ASAP think I'm going to have to kill this MFer Omni-Man are Black Adam, Wonder Woman, Orion, and Lobo. And those are 4 that have the power to do it. Need more comic crossovers like Spider-Man and Invincible. That's just like Spider-Man and Superman teaming up. I would rather see Spider-Man teamed up with somebody more along, just like that back in the 90s when they had that Spider-Man and Batman team up. That was an ideal team up, I think. Viltrumites are going to take one look at Superman and say, where's Anissa at? We got to have him. Yeah. Quintillion sounds like someone's cousin from the hood. Quintillion. Nope. That's a number with 18 zeros behind it. But I'm pretty sure you could. Quintillion! Yeah, I could see that too. The Invincible universe is just an overall weaker universe, which is fine. That's just what happens. But Invincible is a great comic series. Didn't say it wasn't. I love it. I love the grittiness of it most of the time. I like the grittiness. It's cool. It's cool. I'm not bagging. I'm not bagging on it at all. But my thing is, y'all can't come out here making, you know what I'm saying, them outlandish accusations. You know, oh, I'm Omni-Man to beat shit out of Superman. Oh, we don't even have to get Omni-Man to beat up Superman. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. My fault. I just remembered to tell you that Ernie the Blur Without Fear was spouting that mantle nonsense today as well. Don't nobody care. We forgot Icon. I forget Icon. I mean, I just named off, you know, the ones that came to mind. You know, there are lots of shit. Apollo from the Authority. Yeah. I said Supreme, didn't I? Yeah, Supreme. I mean, the fact that when you see a Superman archetype, you know right away it's a Superman archetype. Big buff guy, emblem on his chest, usually got a cape on. Who's a big buff guy that wears a cape? That guy right there. He is the mold from which all other super types are cast. Show respect. How dare you even present that argument? Of course. And on and on and on. Everybody want to be a mantle cat, huh? Okay. You can't have a mantle supersede its source. Mantle talk, because y'all interrupting my Viltrumite stuff, so I gotta do this. Mantle talk over here. T'Challa talk over here. Y'all can debate whatever the hell y'all want about mantles. I'm not having that conversation. It's a mantle. Where'd that mantle come from? It's a mantle. Where did you first see that mantle? It's a mantle. Arguably, if you had never, if Fantastic Four number 52 had been about the Frightful Four, you wouldn't have your mantle. Why is that so damn difficult for people to see? You wouldn't have none of that shit if it wasn't for the source. Again, same kind of conversation. Give respect to the source. Ugh. Anyway. Seeing a chick from the hood named Turquoise. I actually think that's a pretty name. Sun God from Hickman's Avengers and New Avengers. On and on and on and on. On and on. See, look at y'all. Just naming them off. Just naming them off. Just naming them off. Is Omni-Man beating Mix or Molecule Man? If he has the guile to trick Mix, Molecule Man, OP. OP. Period. He can make Galactus sit down and shut up. Soups ain't got nothing for him. I'm just saying, but that's an OP character to me. That's all that is. That's an overpowered character. They need to pump their brakes on stuff like that. That ain't even the same kind. That ain't even the same kind of argument. That ain't even the same kind of fight. Okay. Look here, y'all. Question. Have you picked that up yet? Have you been rocking with that yet? Have you been reading this joint right here? Philadelphia. Y'all want me to talk to y'all about it? We can talk about it. Well, I made it a topic of discussion, so we're going to have to talk about it. Okie dokes. Okie dokie diddly do, neighbor. Yeah. Let's talk that. Let's talk that Philadelphia talk. James Sangster Jr. is the primary character, or at least he was the primary character in Philadelphia. What's the premise of Philadelphia? It's the vampire outbreak. You know who the leader of the vampires is? Initially? Not Dracula. Not Count Magnus Lee. Not Strahd. John Adams. Yeah. That John Adams. President, Declaration of Independence. He's a vampire in Philadelphia. Him and his wife, Abigail. That's the first story arc. Okay, now, Mr. Sangster's daddy, James Sangster Sr., celebrated detective, because he's a detective. I mentioned Sangster was a detective, right? He's a detective, and his daddy ended up being a vampire. Called back from the dead to help his son out with the vampires. That's just the first story arc. Okay? Currently, my man is dealing with Anansi and Spawn. Yes, that Anansi. Yes, that Spawn. It's a lot of stuff going down. And Philadelphia is written by Rodney Barnes. Rodney Barnes is currently doing that Luke Cage storyline. You did y'all dig that Luke Cage? I mean, ugly costume notwithstanding. Wasn't that a solid write? And I like his writing style. I think he's the first person I ever seen use the term cock blocker in a comic book. Because his dad, I think one comic, his dad was mad at him because he had brought him back from the dead because he was actually resting in peace with his wife. Called him a cock blocker. Okay. Yeah, we know about Red Lion. Y'all didn't know about Red Lion? Or are these responses to the Philadelphia conversation? Hancock versus Omni-Man, who cares? Anyway, so this is where we at. I'm gonna need y'all to pick up Philadelphia. Okay. It's a brother writing it. The art, I don't know if y'all can see this. Can you see that? That's a beautiful art, man. You know what I'm saying? And at times it can be a little visceral. That by the way, that is that's Abigail Adams and a former slave. Well, he's still a slave. He got turned into the undead and he stayed their slave all that time. And finally got pissed off and started killing vampires because he's trying to get to them. And that was Abigail Madison and a slave named Jupiter having it out. So it's a lot of stuff going on, man. It's a lot. And eventually werewolves pop up. Got any werewolf fans out there? We got werewolves jumping off in here too. So it's a lot of stuff. If you dig supernatural and you dig urban, edgy stuff, you want to rock with some Philadelphia. You really, really do. It is, Django. It is. You will not be disappointed. It takes that first story arc, like I think it's like 1 through 6, issue 1 through issue 6, or like that first story arc, and that's when you learn about Sangster and John Adams and Abigail Adams and a couple other folks, and then that next story arc is like a vampire werewolf kind of mashup. Let's call it that. And then we get off into some deeper stuff in the later issues. And I don't want to spoil that for you. But like I said, currently we dealing with Spawn and Anansi. So, you know, you don't want to jump on and be like, Spawn and Anansi, what in the, how do we actually go back? You know what I'm saying? It's going to be there. Just go back. Check out the other stuff first. And then that'll give you a better understanding of what's, because there's lead up to how they end up dealing with Spawn and so on and so forth. But yeah, I hope you do, man. I hope you do. Yes. Yes, he did. Come on, y'all. He blocked his daddy from them heavenly cheeks. That's why his daddy told him he's a cock blocker. I love, man, rock on, Rodney Barnes. I love that. I love that about him. Sounds like a lot of crazy stuff. Currently, there are, I want to say 31, 32, 31 or 32 issues right now of Philadelphia. So, but there are also trade paperbacks, so you can run and get like that trade paperback of 1 through 6, and then you get like 7 through 12, and it's trade paperbacks, I think, all the way up to like about issue 20 or so. But from like there, I got all the because that's when I got on. I think I got on like about issue 19 or 20, and then I went back and I got, you know, trade paperbacks to get caught up on the back issue stuff. So the back issue stuff is what you're gonna really love. So then when you finally get to the stuff that they're in now, you're gonna be like, oh, because it opens up different layers of fantasy and supernatural characters and stuff. So yeah, man, it's werewolf guy. Yeah, there you go. I think there's like a werewolf backup story in like issue, I want to say like issue 8. And that's where they kick off and let you know about werewolf factions and all of that. So the supernatural is a very real thing in this universe. So it's the same universe that Spawn inhabits. So you've seen all the shit Spawn deals with. So a lot of that stuff overlaps, and in some cases, like with Spawn, features prominent characters. And yes, it is an Image comic. Whoops, let me get there. Image Comics. See? Right there. So Image Comics makes it. That's where y'all at with it. That's what they doing. So yeah, I like another werewolf guy. I like another werewolf. So y'all get into it and do it, man. Support that. That's an independent and that's a black man. So support him. You know what I'm saying? Let's build it up, build it up, build it up. Because I know when the time comes for folks to support me, I don't want nobody saying I wasn't out here showing them love, not telling people to rock with them and that kind of thing. You know, just I hope they remember. Rodney Barnes. I pumped your magazine up. I pumped your stories up. So, you know, I ain't saying you owe me nothing. I'm just saying I show love to stuff I appreciate. But y'all already know that because y'all rock with my channel. Okay. Now the tough issues. I know many of y'all saw that in my ex tweet. I guess we're still calling them tweets. Or if you rock with me over on Facebook, I put it up there too. So there was, you know, the topics were up. This one came partly in courtesy of Kamoyo Kid, because I saw the topic on his Facebook page and it kind of piqued my interest, and so I dug off into it. Racism laundering. Are we familiar with the term racism laundering? Racism laundering, just like the title suggests, is when racists get someone of the same race they are perpetrating racism against to speak on their behalf, to advocate for them, so that the argument of racism cannot be brought up as an excuse for why people are saying what they're saying and doing what they're doing. Usually it's a Stacey Dash, Tim Scott, Candace Owens kind of a person who is put in front of a situation, and then they can just spout off about racist ass topics all the live long day. And then when somebody goes, hey, that's racist, can't do it. Black woman said it. It's not racist. Can't do it. Black man said it. It's not racist. One of the examples, they got it bad over there in the UK. The Meghan Markle situation. And that's why I used that as a cover. The Meghan Markle situation. They got a black journalist to spout off about Meghan Markle's situation being about culture, not color. African man wrote the article. It must be the truth. They did that with a couple of journalists over there in the UK. And now that stuff done caught on major here. And so now that's what we do. Or actually, quiet as kept, we've been doing it. You know what I'm saying? Clarence Thomas. Herschel Walker. Kanye West. Racism laundering. Just because you got black people speaking on behalf of racists, don't make racism okay. Pull your head out of the ground and look at the very thing that's going on right in front of your eyeball muscles. Oh, y'all done fired up. Y'all done fired up. Zane Better, what's up, my dude? See it daily, huh? Because that's some real shit. Yeah. Yes, Gray, a buffer. Uncle. I don't know why all these. Yeah. Yeah. Uncle Ruckus. All day. They love our rhythm, but not our blues. We sick, boss. Oh, yes, Lord. Lord. Malika. Ooh, yeah. I don't even mess with Steven Ass Smith. But yeah, y'all, I'm just saying the game's twisted like a pretzel now, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So we got us, and that's what I'm saying. What here go two y'all ain't thought about. Nate Moore, John Ridley. Yeah, I said it. He hate his own flesh, so it's odd. They probably didn't have to pay him no money to say the shit he said. So Ryan Coogler. I feel like he there for the guap. I feel like he there for the check. You gonna pay him? He say what you want. I say whatever y'all want me to say, long as you paying me to say it. That's how I feel about him. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, though. You feel me? We have to be aware of that. If you hear black people saying something that deep down in your spirit don't sit right, I got a partner of mine, man. He is 150% dyed in the wool conservative. You know what I'm saying? Pro Trump, all that. You can't tell him nothing. You can't tell him nothing. You know what I'm saying? But in his mind, he feels like he needs to wake us up. That's what I mean. And this is a cat I grew up and threw up with. You know what I'm saying? We done break dance together. We done had girls together. You know what I'm saying? We done did dirt. You know, crimey. You know what I'm saying? Day one. But now I ain't saying he ain't my dude no more. He's still my dude. He's still my man, 100 grand. I'm just saying from that standpoint, I'll ride with you. Not on that. I can't. Because fundamentally, I can't convince myself to say all of them ain't bad. Or, you know what I'm saying? Because there are allies and then there are people who pretend to be allies. And there is a difference. You know what I'm saying? Is somebody there for a photo op? Is somebody there to stand there and say, look, Black lives really do matter? It's some people that believe Black lives really do matter and they ain't black. But a lot of them, where they at right now? Do they still got Black Lives Matter on their Facebook page? Do they talk about Black Lives Matter on TikTok? All I'm saying. Yeah. They the safe brothers and sisters. They safe. We can tell them anything. You know what I'm saying? They do it. we can get them anything. And they'll be like, love that. Pause. Anyway, yes, sellouts are everywhere. Like Ali and the snakes, I deal with them on a case-by-case basis. You have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a homie named Chris, and Chris always says stuff about folks being real ones and recognizing real ones. They ain't hard to recognize. Just like fake ones ain't. Just like sellout ones ain't. Back in the day, if Grand Madam's still in here and Ray Smith's still in here, they used to say, when you step to me, you present yourself purse first, ass last. Do we know what that means? They got it twisted up now. They present themselves ass first now. So you don't get no guap. And then you wonder why. But in this case, purse will be respect. What you showing me first is what I am going to assume about you until you show me different. Candace Owens done presented herself. Stacey Dash done presented herself. Nate Moore done presented himself. John Ridley, yeah, I said it, done presented himself. So when we see them later on talking about Black History Month and you know, all them kind of things, you know what I'm saying? That they try to put on, you know what I'm saying, and say, but you didn't address that stuff you said earlier. Inequities, my people. Inequities. Inequities that get presented. You know what I mean? You talking one way, but you walking another. Or as Cameo used to say, you talking out the side of your neck. And you're gonna get what's coming to you yet. That had some great horns in it. I used to play trumpet back then. Yeah. Hey, you talking out the side of your neck. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know why I went there, but for the most part, you got to be aware. Everybody Black does not have everybody else Black's best interest in mind. Because we're in the United States of America. And because of that, you have to be more discerning about who you align yourself with. And brother, let me tell you, me and Theo can tell you stories for days about alignment and how that alignment shifts. Or maybe it's just me being too naive to see that that was the slant all along, and I just wasn't seeing it. Fool me once. Fool me twice. The official BLM organization became a front for the Democrats. It was never about Black people in general. Raising 90 mil off one Black man's death, a handful of individuals pocketed that cash. Yeah, I guess Black Lives Matter long as we get 90 mil. I've been around some folks who had a hatred for other black people, black folks, some palpable. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's a lot of people, a lot of people that hate their own flesh, that hate the people from which they come from. And I can tell you, I done been around them. I done been around them, and it's like dropping N bombs and saying disdainful things about black people, while all the while I'm sitting here. I resemble that remark. Why are you spouting off about people who look like you? A lot of times, it comes from trauma. And trauma, it's easy to turn people who done had some kind of trauma with their own people into race launderers or racism launderers. It's real easy to turn folks that got that kind of trauma. You know what I'm saying? Who, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, maybe the black girls didn't fool with you. You know what I'm saying? Because they thought you didn't have that swag. Maybe the brothers didn't fool with you because, you know what I'm saying, you didn't show, all right, he one of them ones. We could rock with him, we could trust him, he down like 4 flats. You know what I mean? Because you was one of them brothers that didn't understand some of that hood lingo. They didn't, whatever reason it was that gave you this trauma and made you say, this is black people. Bruh, as Ice Cube said in Higher Learning, we behind enemy lines, dog. It's a whole different perspective when you look at it like that. It's a whole different perspective. Not that you are creating a situation that does not exist. It's not that. But I know who I am on the inside. And if my insides tell me that another person is foul as month-old garbage, regardless of how they look, regardless of what color they are, if I see the indignities being heaped upon me and the actions of another man who looks like me are the cause of those indignities, I, like the good book say, I got to go talk to my brother and let him know that shit you doing is foul, or that stuff you saying is foul, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Reminds me of Bernie Mac and Don't Be a Menace. Or Clarence Williams III and I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Say still. Keep naming them off. Keep name. Ooh. And he a Kansas City boy. I cannot stand him. He a sellout. Charles Barkley. He say you just about type Jason Pork Chop. Oh, he is so embarrassing. Oh my goodness. But long story short, y'all, that's where I'm at with it. Don't take nobody at face value until you take them at face value. Underdig me? Feel me? You take them at face value till they got in your face and showed you their value. You know what I mean? And that value could be of use to you. It could be of use to a white person. You got to be discerning enough to understand who that person is and what they trying to do. You know what I mean? I can't mention Nate Moore enough. He was in the perfect position to do so much good, and sucked on that teat and just forgot, if he ever did know, who he was. I don't know. I don't know sometimes. It's just weird to me. I don't get it sometimes how some people don't get it. Yeah, yeah, I mean, I don't. I just don't get how they don't get it. It's in the end, when they get what they want through your race laundering or racist laundering, what you think they're gonna do to you? You think they're gonna put you in a position above them? You think they're gonna put you in a position beside them? Poor deluded individuals. Poor misguided individuals. Q&A time. Q&A time, because I'm almost ready to go, because I got to go feed my baby girl. Q&A time. Q&A time. Wait a minute. I can make some music for Q&A time. There we go. Nice little funky beat playing in the background. Beat produced by this guy right here. Yeah. Amazing what you can do with Pro Tools. A little bit of musical history. What questions y'all got for me, man? What's keeping y'all up at night that y'all need some answers to? Do you think that Mr. Edutainment explains it, edutainment is what I do, can't answer it for you? What you got? How many months does Craig from NASA have left with Aurora? Ooh, okay. Let's extrapolate, Gray. The Marvel Voices drops in January, which is next month. At that point, it depends on how loud we holler about it. Oh, please believe your man's gonna make a video about it. Okay, but y'all get that video to trend. Y'all put that video in places it normally wouldn't show up at. Y'all shoot that video to Marvel. Let them know. Squeaky wheel, squeaky wheel, squeaky wheel, squeaky wheel. Speaking of vampires, why do you think Marvel didn't hype Dracula to be an A-list villain like Doom? Short answer? Because they saw Dracula as a supernatural character and not a A-list villain, as you put it. Boy, don't make me do a two-step out here. You feeling that? You feeling that, John? I got a few. Maybe I'll start rocking my beats on the live. If y'all want me to start doing that, bruh, I got beats. Y'all just don't understand. That's some stuff I do in my off time. I'll sit around and make beats. So, yeah, absolutely. If y'all want to hear some more of my stuff, let me know. I will put it on here on the live. Doom versus Batman. Who you got? That's who I got in a Batman versus Doom fight. I wish back in the day, Batman would have showed up in that Batman-Superman team-up where the villains was Dr. Doom and Parasite. And see, you know what I'm saying? Because they had Superman in there with Wonder Woman and the Hulk and some other stuff. So, yeah, bro. Yeah, that's who you with? Who you with? Yeah, that's who I'm with. That's who I'm with. Does Alaska have any stations with a slow jam, quiet storm format? Funny, you should mention radio stations. Your man's on the radio too. So KONR 106.1 Out North Radio. If y'all want me to put together a Quiet Storm show that I rock on another day, by all means, happy to do that. But to answer your question, a station dedicated purely to the Quiet Storm? No, but we do get the Quiet Storm on the radio station, on our radio station here on Sunday nights. I think it's Keith Sweat that does the nationally syndicated Quiet Storm Slow Jams format. We get that one. Yeah, that's the radio show that I do. When you go to the outnorthradio.com website, they'll have a list of different like radio shows. That's mine right there. Black Business Mixer, Fire and Ice. Me and Jasmine. Some days it's just me, but me and my homie Jasmine is what we do. Wednesday mornings, that would be 11 o'clock Pacific time. And we are 1 hour behind the Pacific time zone. So it's 10 o'clock a.m. my time, 11 Pacific, 12 Mountain, 1 Central, 2 Eastern. I think I got that right. You wanted me to self-plug myself? Okay, yeah, all right. I feel dirty, so I don't like if it ain't no purposeful money thing. I don't like plugging myself. It sounds so arrogant. Hey, come see me. You know, I'd rather somebody else say come see me than me say come see me. It sounds so arrogant to me. I don't know why. I am a little bit arrogant, but I'm not near as arrogant as I used to be in my youth. Marvel Studios and Disney still bashing current and former MCU fan over the failure of Captain Marvel to steal $200 million and blaming men and women for not supporting it. Then make some shit somebody want to see, and they'll support. Who do you think would how do you think would in his prime Wesley Snipes have been in the role of T'Challa? Great. He killed it as Blade. Why wouldn't he? Why not? Dope show. Set your alarm. 1 p.m. New Orleans. Thank you. And I didn't do a show last week, man. I mean, this past Wednesday, because we had a snowstorm, a bananas snowstorm. And I was like, fudge that. I am not going out in that ish. I'm going to call in, tell them to put on a previous show. That's all you can do. You know what I mean? I go out there and just get stuck. Ain't nobody gonna help a brother. You know what I mean? Yeah, please hit them likes, especially if you like it. Makes that claim it being squeezed between Infinity and Endgame was the sole reason it made a bill. Nah, not true. Gonna message you and Theo about last night. It was for real. Okay. At Ashura, many female MCU fans, at least ones I know, like the male eye candy in the movies. You didn't just have comic book fans going to see phases 1 through 3. You had comic book fans and the general movie going audience. That's why. Comic book fans ain't going to MCU movies no more. And you see the difference. Or they don't see the difference and they just going to continue losing money. So, whatever. Would you like to see T'Challa series on Earth more or in the Intergalactic Empire more? There are a lot of stories being left on the table T'Challa-wise. And I've said it, I already know, in many videos. That being said, the Intergalactic Empire is one of those stories. So, I would like to see the Intergalactic Empire sooner than later. Why? I mean, maybe that's the reason why T'Challa ain't tripping. He's like, if I really wanted to flex, I could just bring this. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I get it. My feeling it ain't me. He's not supposed to be. He's not supposed to be. Come on, yo. I get it. I get it. Still waiting to see our first permanent snowfall. Oh nah, bro, man. I'd had to clear my because I out front in my house. I have a huge parking area. It's enough, man. You can park like 4 or 5 cars, like side by side, in front of my house. So imagine with snow falling next year. Marvel Studios and Disney won't let a real T'Challa on screen, just softer one, then that fights only black people and knocking down Caucasians like in the comics. And that's why we keep plugging it, sure. That's why we keep plugging, bro. Just keep telling them until finally they relent. T'Challa storyline in the microverse or Pantherverse would be interesting. They probably leave him in the Cancerverse. Why you have to go there, Gray? Why you have to go there, man? I think because of the deficits on offense and the inconsistencies on defense, if the Chiefs make the playoffs at all, and this is from a Chiefs fan, it won't be as winners of the division. Yeah, I said it. He's gonna be a wild card if they make it at all. Because I don't see no way for them to win. I mean, did you see the score of the Raiders-Chargers game? We have to play those Raiders. We have to play the Chargers. But before we play either of them, we have to play the Bengals. Which of those games do you see us winning? I'm sorry, New England. Then the Bengals. Then those last two divisions. Of those games, given our deficits on offense, given the inconsistencies on defense, how many of those games do you actually see us win? Honestly. That Patriots one. Maybe that Chargers. You can't lose no 8 games or 7 games and hope to win your division. And they got the Broncos breathing down their neck, and they ain't lost a game in like what, 6, 7 games? Are the Chiefs done this season? Or freaking likely. By the way, what stories does Shuri have? And if not, what T'Challa stories could they do with Ryan and everyone? What stories does Shuri have? I'm not sure I'm understanding what you asking. Stories that they could do on Disney Plus? She's got that limited Black Panther series. The John Mayberry stuff. If you did a story about Shuri, you would have to stop that Black Panther shit and go to the Griot stuff. Oh, but wait. If T'Challa's dead in the MCU, who's going to go to the Djalia and get her? And he ain't met Storm. And Storm ain't even been seen in the MCU. So, yeah, that shit ain't happening. Thoughts on the Sony movies coming out like Madam Web, Craven, and Pearl Mooter Returns? No interest in seeing Madam Web whatsoever. Craven, kind of interested. And if that Venom movie is actually going to be Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, yeah, I'll rock with that. Favorite barbecue joint there? Barbecue joint? Alaska? My house. Or Kylo was supposed to be a dark character and not a redeemer. Okay. I think they're dangerous as a wild card. They haven't had their backs against the wall in a long time. Well, in the playoffs, Gray, you have to elevate your game. Can they elevate their game enough to contend with Baltimore or Miami or keep Denver off their back? Sorry, I asked to derail. No more curveballs. Okay. By one game. Come on, yo. Denver. When I say Denver breathing on their necks, Denver's breathing on their neck. They lose next week. Tied. And Denver win. Tied. How important is that to Andy Reid? How important is that to Patrick Mahomes? How important is that to them butterfingered motherfuckers he got as a receiving corps? But they ruined by giving T'Challa's story to her. They already done ruined stuff. They ruined the shit out of what could have been. There's nothing good Black Panther wise in the MCU. No Wakanda related shit that I believe is a good thing. Other than that first movie, and even then, you didn't give enough screen time to the titular character, and it still made you $1 billion. But you don't want to do that no more. WTF. I know, come on, yo. I know, but you lost 2 of your last 3 games. Not a good look. Not a good look. At least not for my squad. That's not a good look. They ain't showing me what they need to show me. You can have your back against the wall if you want to have your back against the wall, but damn. Ain't nobody catching the football. Nobody. You can't move the ball. Plus, I'm more pissed off about them not being able to get separation from defenders. You getting held down by crap ass secondary. You getting shut down by bullshit ass secondary. Ain't getting no separation from scrubs. Then when you do get separation, you don't get it. Could they do a reverse with Shuri and have her bring T'Challa back? They could do what they want to do. They could do that. The question is, do they want to do that? Yes, it is. Bruh, they had this barbecue joint there, and I went in and it was called like Turnigan Arm Stick, like a barbecue stick. Turn it, because there's a part of town here called Turnigan Arm, and they call it the Turnigan Arm Stick. There's actually one down in an area called Turnigan outside of it, but they called themselves making barbecue. It wasn't really that great. There's a soul food place here in town, and with respect, they do everything else great, but they don't focus primarily on barbecue. There is no dedicated bomb-ass barbecue joint to it. It just ain't. You said that before, wondering what the restaurants think. Oh, don't get it twisted. There are some great restaurants here. I mean, there are some nice Alaskan restaurants here. There are some nice, like, 5-star restaurants here. There's some nice local eateries here. For some reason, they just don't focus on barbecue. Oh no, you could throw a stick and hit a steakhouse, but a barbecue joint? Caribou, yes. Moose, yes. Seal, no. Too fucking oily. And I don't think anybody would barbecue seal. You know what I mean? And a lot of, with seal, this is a subsistence kind of thing, for the indigenous people here. So I don't really fool with seal. And a lesser degree, sausages and steaks, burgers, that kind of thing, maybe in a salad or like, I know they've cut up caribou and moose meat like real thin, like lamb meat, and made like caribou gyros and moose gyros and that kind of thing. So Yeah, yeah, butter. Yep, saw that, saw that, saw that. Hooray, yay. Welcome, Jerence. But we almost done, bro. Venison is good eating. Yeah, it is. I used to have venison all the time in Kansas City. Deers are plentiful in the Midwest. Brothers barbecue off the back of pickup trucks down here on Super Sunday. Oh, college championship games. I'm out there in the snow barbecuing. If if enough people pull up and be like, "Yeah, we gonna watch it at D's house," and so on and so forth. Yeah, I barbecue stuff. I mean, I don't do it that often, but if called upon, yeah, I ain't scared of no barbecue. When I don't feel like cooking, I live on the south side. I'll go to the north side for the best barbecue in this country. Okay. You say the best bar, these I hope you talking about Kansas City. Anyway, um, ain't nothing else for me. Ain't nobody, walking, packing, tracking. Nothing else for me. Anybody? Nobody? Nobody? But look here, y'all. It's after 8. Damn. Y'all done had me up in here 2.5 hours. Okay. That must mean the conversations is getting more juicy, huh? That means the conversations is getting down for the get down. Look here, y'all. My missus is out of town, and I think she was watching. And if you was, hey baby, she don't like to talk a whole lot, but okay, glad you corrected that, sir. Yeah, I am about to go eat, y'all. I'm about to go feed my baby girl too because she is here with me. We hanging out, kicking it. We're gonna go watch some anime and we're gonna discuss. So, look here. I appreciate y'all coming out today and rocking with a brother. This means so very much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other. Cue theme music.